My goodness, were these things a doozy to get down here. But we're here. So these are the French cleats that I'm gonna mount to this, and then I'm gonna mark out where I want these on the wall. Get them evenly spaced from each other. Probably smaller gap in the middle, wider gap on the sides. And yeah, so I'll get those boys marked out, and I'll check back in a little bit to show you me mounting the French cleats to the back of that guy. All right, so I've opted to get the first one hung and installed first. It feels pretty sturdy, so the French cleat system is definitely working. So I'll go ahead and show you how I do the second one. So I'm coming in about 4 inches from each edge, and I've cut these down from their 8-foot lengths. I'm lining the top of this piece, not the mitered edge. I don't care about the mitered edge. I'm lining the top square side up with the bottom of the top plate. And I'm using 1.25 inch screws. That way it doesn't pop through the other side. And I'm doing one screw about every 6 inches or so. This thing's supposed to carry a lot of weight, so I don't want these. I do want to overdo it. Last thing we need is, I don't even know how much that nail polish costs, but I imagine it's a lot. It's probably a couple grand worth. Whoops. That's the top. And you want to make sure that these are countersunk, because this is going to sit flat against the wall. And make sure this piece of plywood isn't wavy at all. These two pieces need to meet up perfectly. You'll mount this piece to the wall and it'll accept that miter easily. Like that. So I'm going to keep that one right there. Don't lose track of which piece goes to which. That's kind of why it's so crucial to keep these two pieces together, because you want the mating surfaces between these two pieces to be perfect. So I'm measuring 32 inches apart. I'm pulling my tape from the top of this one, and that will mark the top of the piece on the bottom. So there's 2 French cleats per shelf. Kind of eyeball that, make sure it's kind of in the place you want it, but use your tape to get it exactly 32. It'll make more sense when I go install the pieces that need to go on the wall. And then work your way down, put in a few, every so often, and make sure your tape's square. And then come back through and fill in the blanks. So I've already got a line marked where my cleat's gonna start, and we need to make sure it's completely and totally in plane with that one. If not, your shelves are going to look, one's going to look higher than the other, or it's going to look kinked, or whatever. I made sure that that one was perfectly level. So now this one needs to get mounted to the wall this way with the sharp side out. I'm going to mark my studs with this Franklin sensor. It's the best stud finder out there. It doesn't really work with like lath and plaster or rock lath, like thick walls, but for drywall it works really well. It shows you both sides. It shows you the entire stud. So I always like to mark both sides. That way I know where center is. Let's see if I can show you another one. There's another one. Just like what we did on the shelf itself, we're going to follow that line as straight as we can. So now the reason that that measurement of 32 inches apart was so critical is because now I want to make this 32 inches apart as well. And I just butted my tape up to the bottom of the square edge, and that's where the bottom of the square edge is going to be on the wall as well. And the only way that works is if all your cleats are the same exact size. So I cut these to like 3.5. That way it gave me enough meat to screw through and attach it to the wall and the shelf. But yeah, if your cleats were different sizes, this wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to do two on top of each other and get them exactly. Or you could, but it would take you a minute. And again, sharp point out. Oh, I need to mark my studs. Alright, so now I get to install them. These suckers are heavy. They have to weigh like, I don't know, 100 pounds each. Oh, it hurts my back so much. And then I kind of marked where I want to slide them down to. Might have been a little too far. They don't slide very easy from left to right, but there we go. There's so much friction in between those miters. That is so awkward. Oops. There. Slide it down just a little bit. Oh, too much. Oh, there we go. Bam. Look at that. Those look nice. They're perfectly in line with each other too. So that's awesome. And that gap up the middle is even. That's what you want. And it's actually probably a good thing that I didn't put that plexiglass on there. You wouldn't be able to get that out of there. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this video. If you give me a like and subscribe, comment, maybe tell me what you would have done differently. Yeah, can't wait to see this thing filled up with all the colors of the nail polish. It'll look really cool. And she'll have this back over here. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.